So I'm going to introduce you first to Guethshina, Altena, and she's going to just tell you a little bit about her background.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Guethshina Altena. I'm a sophomore majoring in math and communication arts at Florida International University. I am so fortunate to be one of the Snow Scholars and have the opportunity to speak tonight. So about my story. Only 6 years ago, I was your average 11 years old, living with a family of 7 in Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. My family didn't have much, but I had a happy childhood surrounded by people who loved and cherished me. For a while, life was all I could ever hope for, but until one day, my world turned upside down. On January 12, 2010, the earthquake that devastated Haiti took away my house, my school, my mother's life, and with it, my home. I never thought that I could recover from such a trauma, but as the years went by, I chose to focus instead on getting a better future. I am a survivor, and for whatever reason I was left alive. I'm working harder and harder every day to make it worth my while. My journey into the United States 3 years ago was a blessing that put me in the path of so many opportunities like the George Snow family. And my mom's motto had always been to make God and education the priority in life. And without that, I wouldn't be here today. I want to say thank you to all of the people that supported me. Thank you to the George Snow Family Fund that took me into their family and helped me realize my dream of attending college. I strongly believe that if I went through this hardship and survived it, I can conquer anything. I may have come from an unprivileged community, but I am proud because I know 3 years from now, I will graduate from FIU with a bachelor's degree in science, and that makes it all worth it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tashana. That was beautiful. I'd like to now introduce you to another one of our scholars, Tashana Shields.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so bear with me for a moment. Home for most people is a place they can call their safe haven. An establishment, so to speak, where you know after school dinner will be on the table and eager parents will be at the door to greet them. So what does home for most foster care youth look like? For some, it's parents strung out on drugs. For others, it's the feel of bruises and scars peppered on their skin. And in its worst case scenarios, home does not exist. Home for me at the age of 13 was a park bench. My safe haven was school, and my reassurance of stability was the future. Most people usually ask me how an immigrant, 13 years old, who came from an abusive home, went through rape, suicide, depression, and homelessness, had the will to fight. Oh, excuse me. I'm really ugly when I cry, so I'm trying not to. My answer is the same every time: the foster care system. Most people think of the foster care system as this dark dungeon where misbehaving and unwanted children are disposed. The truth is this: Yes, the system has a lot of changes to still go through, but for youth like myself, the system was our blessing in disguise. So, in a society where many young men and women live with their parents well into their 20s, foster children learn quickly that they are their own responsibility and that the abnormal parts of their lives are normal. We must become accustomed to the labels of being a youth of the system. We must become used to the boxes and statistics that are placed over our heads before we even open our mouths, or even the limits set on us just because we are in or were in foster care. Things like, you can just get your GED or attend a community college. Youth need willing individuals who believe in our potential to push us. My push came in two forms, both very blonde. Donna Bayazzi, a co-founder of the Best Foot Forward program, and Pam Perrin, the Vice President of Scholar Services of the George Snow Scholarship Foundation. Donna, who I call Mama D, introduced me to what it means to have someone believe in you. No matter how many outlandish my goals were, I always knew I had someone in my corner who believed in me. And not because they were getting paid for it, but because they actually believed in me. Hope is usually all youth need to keep strong. However, in a system where some are only for the paycheck, it is usually impossible to find a program that says yes when most people say no. Donna, as well as the Best Foot Forward program, became my cheerleader and also my fairy godmothers. They showed a youth who had never experienced unconditional love and belief the impact of thinking outside the box. The George Snow Scholarship Foundation developed into something I never had before, family. Family, a word that so many know, but only few understand. The definition of family in the Webster Dictionary is a household, one's own spouse, parents, and children. For most, family is who they share a genetic makeup with. To me, family is any member or individual who loves you unconditionally, believes in you without reason, and never gives up on you. Although I had no genetic family to go home to on the school holidays, George Snow would always remind me that I am never alone through their personalized care packages, as well as Tim's Monday inspirational quotes. My family, no matter how unorthodox, influenced who I am. I am the George Snow Fund, and I am Best Foot Forward. I truly believe that a program is not defined by how much money they give out, but by the amount of people who are left impacted by what they do on a daily basis. So what impact is that, you may ask? For a girl who went from living under a bench in a park to finishing in the top 5% of her high school, and now in 6 months will be an alumni of FSU, dreams do come true.
Let's give these girls a round of applause. You guys, I read here comes Don. So I read in Jan Demtro. Jan, if you're here, come on up here with us. I know Jan's volunteering with us, and she's a mentor to Guethshina. And this is what our organization is. It is a community of people coming together to help amazing, deserving young people like the two young ladies that you just heard from. And they are rock stars.